By the moment you realize that you did everything you could, you talked, explained, demanded attention from the other person. When you realize that your investment turned into insistence that shows a person has no importance for the other one, it's time to back down. Sometimes we have to stay inert so that some things can work. One should stay quiet still and wait to see if what you planted is going to flourish or not. In this case, concerning relationships, maybe it's time to disappear. Stop calling, texting, stop following on social media, or physically. It's not easy, and your heart won't certainly convince itself that maybe it has no future, but you need to control your impulses. It's not easy, but it is necessary at this time. It's time to back off at this point. You'll be able to see the person. The person knows where to find you but doesn't care about it. If they mend your qualities and virtues, but doesn't value it. Give yourself time to see if the person got used to your presence, and because of this you don't see a smile anymore when you show up. You'll notice, if they didn't get along with you enough, you realize, if they always gave you doubt instead of assurance. If you have walked together, see if he or she has forgotten how good your company is, and still have chosen to live without you. You should be missed for a while. I know it's risky, but you have to be cautious if you're living in illusion, and if you are, you need to have the courage to get rid of it. Life is much more than what your illusions determine. There are tons of wonderful people out there searching for somebody just like you. We need to have the courage not to suffer, because if you face the reality and move forward, you'll suffer less. Life goes on while we insist and desire someone. Somebody who's gone because while we are spoiling and checking them on Instagram or WhatsApp, life keeps going on, and many interesting things are being left behind. Leave the scene, disappear, invest in yourself, change your look, your habits, hang out with friends, travel alone, study something new, hold on to God, and try to get to know Him and find God inside your heart. Read new books and watch different movies. If you used to act insecurely and inconveniently, obsessively, get rid of these aspects. We must all search for self-confidence. Self-love is a key for a good relationship with people. If this person is really into you, if this is only a crisis, a self-understanding moment, a pause, in order to fix everything, when you are looking down on yourself, you'll see he or she will come after you, and their feelings will connect to yours, and you both start walking in the same direction. But if nothing happens, if they don't miss you, have in mind that this is the best thing that could have happened, because what you thought existed, actually it does not. Do you understand? Let them miss you. Sometimes, when you're always available, they take you for granted, because they think you'll always stay. Never put the keys to your happiness in someone else's pocket. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is just a part of moving on. When you give up on someone, it's not because you don't care anymore. It's because you realize they don't. Never beg someone to love you back or be with you when you want to. Never beg for someone's time, commitment, affection, and attention. Never beg someone to stay with you when you need him or her the most. Because in the first place, if he or she loves you that much, he or she won't leave you and let go of your hand. He will never let you beg for his attention, presence, and love, because he will give it to you with open arms. Don't beg. It's demeaning and degrading. Remember, if you have to beg, he's not worth it. No one is worth begging for. Find someone who isn't afraid to admit that they miss you. Someone who knows that you are not perfect, but treats you as if you are. Someone whose biggest fear is losing you. One who gives their heart completely. Someone who says I love you and means it. Last but not the least, find someone you wouldn't mind waking up with you in the morning, seeing your wrinkles and your gray hair, but still falls in love with you all over again. If what you're living is an illusion, I have a short story that can picture this moment in your life pretty well. Once upon a time, there was a bear. He used to walk through the forest. He was hungry, and it was a scarcity moment. Suddenly, he started to smell something really good that led him to an empty camp. The smell was coming from a huge pan burning upon fire pits. He grabbed the pan with both hands, threw its head inside, and started to eat the food that was inside. He realized that he was feeling such a pain. His paws, chest, and other parts of his body were being burned by the heat of the pan. The bear had never felt that and interpreted that pain as something that was trying to get the food from him, so he started to moan loudly, and the more it hurt, the tighter he grabbed the pan, and the more pain, the more screaming, the more pain, the tighter he held it. When the hunters came back to the camp, they found the bear leaning against the tree near the pit. The burns were so hard on him that it made the pus stick on his body, even that he had a roaring face expression. This is what we do with the things we consider important. We hug tightly, even though it brings us pain and death. For this reason, to be happy sometimes, you need to have the courage to let it go. So let's have the courage the bear didn't, and let's see what the bear didn't see. Let's drop the pan, and let's drop the pain. And for you watching, do not take the people who love you for granted. The time will come when they will leave you because they are tired of being ignored. Thank you.